Moderate drinking actually lowers your risk of death. This comes from a major National Academies Study.
Well, joining us on the KOGO News Live Line, Dr. Matt Chalmers, the author of Pillars of Wellness. Good morning, Doctor.
Morning. How are you guys?
We're okay. So talk to us about drinking. There's been so many studies back and forth, back and forth. A little bit of drinking's okay. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Wine. No, yes. What do you know?
All right. So what we have to recognize is that moderation is obviously a thing. But and a lot of people who drink on a daily basis or have a drink, they can empathize with this. When you have that one drink at the end of the day and you can kind of feel yourself unwind and you just kind of go, you just feel yourself relax. That relaxation from that first drink is actually you shifting neurologically from what's called sympathetic state, which is fight, flight, freeze, to parasympathetic, which is resting, digesting. This transformation neurologically is super important for your health. So that first drink that kind of helps you cross that barrier, very, very important. Now, if we continue to drink after that, the body views alcohol as a toxin, and so too much of it creates a lot of problems within the body.
So one drink after work is what you're saying?
One drink can be very helpful for that, but more than that is highly problematic. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so according to this study, overall findings was that people who drink a little have a 16% lower mortality rate for their demographics than those who abstain altogether. But it also says we don't advise that those who don't drink to take it up.
It's one of those things where I would always work with somebody on that. Like, we have a lot of people who, there's other ways of doing that, meditation. There's ways that we can, thought processes and things like that, breathing exercises we can do to kind of do the same thing. So maybe we wouldn't add that in, but it's always one of the things I ask my patients. It's when you have that first drink, does this happen to you? Do you feel the day wash off you? And if they're like, yes, I'm like, you need to have that drink every day then. Because that change neurologically is the most important thing that you can do for your health.
It's funny. I think it must have been an uncle that always said, oh, yeah, I have one martini after work every single night. And I always thought that was strange, even as a child. Why one? Why do you need one? But now you're saying that maybe he did need one.
Yeah, so it's not just red wine. It's, you can do it with scotch. You can do it with vodka. I try to tell people to, a good clean red wine with resveratrol and all the other stuff is a better option, or a clear liquid liquor like vodka or tequila is a better option. But it's so important, that neurologic shift, that even if it's bourbon, it's, that one is really, really important. So yeah, the one drink it can be very, very helpful.
And the difference in the physiology between men and women is also very different. So it actually says for daily consumption, one drink for women and two for men. But, I think it all depends on the man and the woman, right?
Yes, 100%. Like every diet, every single thing depends on the individual. And so, I'm glad that we're getting that piece out to everybody. But yeah, I'm 240 pounds and 8% body fat. And so what I'm going to require is much different than someone who's 120 pounds and, 10, 12% body fat. So it's going to be very, very different for those people. But from the neurologic standpoint, most people will get the most benefit out of it for the one drink.
Fascinating stuff. So Dr. Matt Chalmers, again, you've written a book called Pillars of Wellness. Where can people find that?
Amazon. You can find that on Amazon. I do a daily health podcast on X and on Facebook and Instagram under Dr. Chalmers, the number one.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.